All right, well, we're back in the shop today. We're gonna hopefully get these things, fenders mounted up. I'm gonna start taking some of the mud flaps off. So we gotta get the front quarter fenders off, the old ones here, which might be a little bit of a to-do because they're the bolts that hold the front leaf spring bracket in. But that's what we gotta do, so I'm gonna get to it. I also would like to take this off too. Oh, I got something to help take this off. I'm gonna go grab that quick. Had a tool made. So I can stick it into the kingpin. We can use that to lift the whole works up out of there. And I'm hoping I can do that with my engine sticker, my engine jack. Well, we got all the bolts out of this angle iron that holds the fifth wheel on. Got everything off on that side. So now I just got to figure out a way to attach my engine hoist onto this, and then I should, in theory, be able to lift that whole thing off of there. Now I did notice when I was taking out this last bolt, there was a bunch of dust and rust. Well, right here you can see it. All that rust that was falling out of here. So I'm sure that had a little bit of rust jacking going on inside there that was keeping all them bolts kind of tight, a little extra tight to each other. So it'd be good to get that off, and we can clean up that frame and get a little paint on it. But so that's next. Let's get to that. Yeah, as you saw earlier, it's probably not very good idea to use an impact on non-impact socket accessories. Oh yeah, that seems like it might lift off there pretty easily. Sweet. Pull this, pull that, push that in, push that back in, and bam. All right. I think this might work. Let's see what we can break. Check this out. Oh, look at all that room we got now. Pull a RV or a fifth wheel camper with a semi because the rear suspension on a semi is so stiff, every time you hit a bump, all that stress from when you hit the bump, it conveys up into the trailer, into the camper trailer, and it can crack or even break the frame of the RV trailer. So there's a special hitch that you can put in that has an air ride to it. And that hitch, the hitch I found, is going to hook right into these plates. These are an older style rail system that they had in the older pickups, like the early 2000s. It just set the little feet that sit in here and then we pin them. This is the same way my camper hitch is for my pickup, but I don't have that on air. So what I want to do is mount these in here. It's like the fifth wheel plate that we just took off of here. I could have a piece of angle iron that would bolt onto the side, and then I take and put these in place and weld them in place, and then when I don't need it, I can just unbolt it like I did the old kingpin and just pull it off. That actually might even be an easier thing to do. I don't know. But I do, now that I'm thinking about this, looking at it, I do need to put, we got, looks like 2 or 3 bolts back in for this bracket here. We got 1 bolt here and down here to put back in to this cross member. So I think we're going to try to do that now so I don't forget about it. Make sure we got all of the ooga doogas. Yep, they're all there. We'll turn the ooga doogas up. Like that, no fender. Now, my only concern is if these are going to be, yeah, these are going to be too long to bolts now. Okay, so I need threads past that. And that is, we'll still call it 2 inches. So I'll find the same size bolt that's just all threads and probably 3 inches long. All the ooga doogas. Threads must be screwed up at the end of this thing. It'll go back and forth, but it just doesn't want to come off. All right, we got one. Yay! Number two. See this. Come here. Come look at this. Come here. You gotta see this. Check this out. Most of you know that you shouldn't be able to see daylight through that. Oh my Lord, look at that. Just look at, would you just look at that? Just look at it. Just look at it. Would you look at that? The other one over there. There it is. Let's go check that one out. Yeah, you can see through that one too. Oh goodness. Would you look at that? Just look at it. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. And it ain't because it ain't got no gas. Well, add that one to the list. I'm gonna have to do those. Perfect. All right, so I'm happy. I got quite a bit done tonight. We got the fifth wheel off. We got both the quarter fenders off. The mud flaps, which were pretty easy. Now, for everyone's delight, we're gonna throw the fenders back on and see how she looks without the other crap in the way. Oh yeah. I like ye. Take a step back here to get the whole truck in the frame. I'm liking it. The back end. Oh yeah. Imagine that all painted up. Not telling you guys quite yet what we're painting it up as, but it's gonna look awesome. It's starting to look like a semi shop around here with all these parts. Yep. Nice. I like it. I like it. Well, now that I got that all done for tonight, I got a couple shout outs I'd like to throw out there. Don Mccord, he's got a cab over on YouTube. Also check his stuff out. He's got some cool stuff. CF Nevada's got a big bright orange Peterbilt cab over that he redid. He's a farmer, and that's a pretty cool truck. He's got the whole paint job on there. He bought this big paint booth deal and for like $1,500 or $1,200 or something off of Amazon, and did a review on that. Turned out great. Check out his stuff. I'll try to put all this down below in the description. Clifford the cab over, check that out. He puts out a video every, I don't know if it's like every month or so, but he's kind of got a cool truck. Shiftin Willy and Christopher Kramer, they're all kind of smaller guys. I think other Don Mccord might be a little bit bigger, but most of those guys are kind of smaller, and so I just wanted to give them a shout out. Of course, the big guys that the reason you found me is because you watch these guys. James Pretty, shout out to you. Twin Stick Garage, Mark, again, thank you so much for being my inspiration for doing my truck and putting it on YouTube. Just Trucking, awesome dude. He doesn't really rebuild his truck, but he more kind of videos or makes videos of trucking in general. Seems like a really cool, nice guy, great family. And Peterbilt Mike, he's up out of Canada. He's got a few cab overs, a couple Kenworths of Peterbilt. He also works for Peterbilt up there. So he's got some good connections for his trucks, pretty cool. And Easy Rider 359, that guy's a character. You gotta watch his stuff. He's got an old 359 Pete that's all red, tri-axle, and he kind of goes through the daily upkeeps of it and the things he does to it, and then some of his hauling that he does. He's got a few trailers, so it's fun to watch him too. So go out and check all those people out. Give them a like and a subscribe if you like their stuff. If you please would like and subscribe to my channel. Throw a comment on down below. It helps the channel out. And thanks for watching. That's all I can say. And I'm having this is a blast. I love doing this. Learning new stuff and learning new stuff on YouTube too. So hope you come back to continue watching the progress on my 94 cabover project. Have a good night. You know, if someone could have told me about what I had going on here, that would have been helpful.